Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome to Slade Films Bohemian Rhapsody. So I recently got a new mic and I really hope this bumps up the audio quality because I was previously using my mic from my earphones and I know that sounded horrible, so I thought you guys deserve better. So yeah, I invested in a new mic and yeah, hopefully you guys like it and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section if it does sound better than my previous mic. But anyways, Bohemian Rhapsody was directed by Bryan Singer and stars Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. And if you guys don't already know, it's basically the biographic story of the famous band Queen. Now, me personally, I love their music, right? But I wouldn't consider myself to be a super fan. But that's actually a good thing because these biographic movies are intended to, tell us a story of how it all came to be. So I really don't need to tell you this, but I thought the music was fantastic throughout the movie, and during a few scenes, Bryan Singer did a really good job in, capturing who and what Queen is all about. And this story mostly focuses on the lead singer, Freddie Mercury, and we basically get to dive into a few subplots in this film where we get to learn about his relationship with his family, his solo career, as well as his sexuality. Now, speaking of sexuality, this movie was rated 18 and above here in Malaysia, but if you guys are watching from elsewhere, I just want to know if it's given the same rating in your country because it's really annoying that just because the main character, Freddie Mercury, is gay, they decide to make it, 18 and above. It's really ridiculous, to be honest, but I don't really want to dive into that. I feel that that's a topic for a whole nother video, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury I thought was amazing, and you can really see that this actor has studied this singer down to the detail of the mustache, cause god damn, look at that beauty. The way he performed, dressed, and sang throughout this movie, I thought was pretty spot on based on what I've seen on YouTube. And I haven't seen much performances from Queen, but I'm sure most of you guys can agree that Rami Malek gave a really, really good performance with what he was given, and you can really see this actor put out his heart and soul into this film. I also loved the actors that portrayed John Deacon as well as Roger and Brian, the other members of Queen, and I thought they had that sense of likability to them, they had that charm to them, and yeah, it worked really well. And yeah, to sum it up, the acting was pretty much solid all around. The writing for the characters was pretty good, and there are a couple of emotional punches in the film, so just be ready for that. The direction Bryan Singer took for this film was kind of a safe route, and in the end, it kind of felt like it was just by the books. And I did like the first act, but then as the movie progressed, somewhere in the middle, it did get a little draggy, and I did kind of feel bored just for a bit. The story didn't quite captivate me as I was expecting it to, but it's maybe because they didn't quite focus on how the band actually became successful, and it kind of just felt like a bunch of scenes happen and boom, they're successful. They don't really kind of emphasize on how they became successful, and I thought if they did focus on that, it could have made for a much stronger film. Yes, we get a lot of great scenes of where we see how each famous song came to be, but I just wanted more from the characters besides Freddie Mercury, and I really liked that subplot with the relationship between Freddie Mercury and his dad, and I just wanted more because I felt that could have been the strongest story element had they focused on that. But in the end, it did pay off anyways. I understand that the movie is long enough at 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I thought some scenes and sequences could have been paced much better, and that time could have been replaced with character development of the other members of Queen. It's no way a perfect movie whatsoever, but I'm telling you to go out and watch it right now because of two reasons. One being the awesome music that makes your ears bleed, in a good way of course, and the important messages that this movie conveys. Freddie Mercury is honestly such an inspiration, and I thought this movie perfectly captures it, and it really did inspire me, and I'm sure it's going to inspire most of you as well because he was brave enough to be who he was way back in the 70s, and I think we can all learn something from that. And You know, his sense of style is of course freaking awesome. You know, his sort of diva attitude and all that good stuff was definitely what made him a great performer and one of the greatest performers. And yeah, I mean, Freddie Mercury, rest in peace. You will always be remembered as the man who inspired millions of people to take risks, to be different, as well as to be brave enough to be who they really are. And honestly, guys, whatever it is you're doing, whether it's art or cooking or music itself, I urge you to go out and watch this movie because it's gonna further inspire you. And with all that being said, I'm gonna give Bohemian Rhapsody an A minus. Yeah, I know I probably like this movie more than most of you did, but maybe it's because I can sort of relate to it in a certain way. And I definitely recommend that you guys go check out this movie and, you know, go take your kids, go take your siblings or whoever, because honestly, there's a few things that you can learn from this movie. And as usual, if you guys have seen this movie, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. And yeah, as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.